This is six-time IFBB Bikini Pro champion Brina Martinez, and I take ZMA5 to make sure that I get the zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6 needed to keep my immune system healthy and snap strong.
I'm happy to scratch it off my bucket list and move on with my life now. You know what I'm saying? So, how y'all doing? Did y'all enjoy it? Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. He he hit harder. Everything hurt. His hands hurt. His head hurts. Everything hurts when I make contact. So it's like I'm like, wow. So and it makes you so fatigued trying to deal with him, trying to cause on the inside, you got to keep his arms locked up. I learned that from watching Lennox Lewis and Holyfield fight him. You got to lock his arms up, or he'll hit you with them uppercuts. So I was trying to keep his arms locked up, and every time I let him go, what you think I'm gonna let him go so he can kill me? Nah, bruh. It's not gonna happen like that. So I had to work on the clinches, and with the clinches, it made it good. So I was able to land punches on the inside of the clinch and get him back before he could ever throw anything good. So that's what my strategy was going in. That's what our strategy was going in, was to clinch him on the inside, box him outside, clinch him inside. Well, no, never thought about dropping, but it was two good shots. One good body shot he hit me with, and one good he hit me with a uppercut straight up and threw my jaw off a little bit. But my jaw's still a little sore, but it's all good. It happens in fighting, you know what I mean? So it's like I knew it was gonna happen. Um, I was just glad I was able to take the shots and not, nothing really happened. I never was dizzy or anything. I did feel them, but they never had me dizzy, so I was good. I mean, of course, everybody always gonna feel like they wanted to fight. I thought I wanted to fight. I thought I jabbed, moved around, and kind of control the pace better. But I mean, a draw. I take a draw with Mike Tyson. I mean, come on, bro. How could you get mad about that? You know what I mean? And he was throwing more power punches anyway. I'm throwing more jabs and probably other punches. He landed probably more power punches. So I mean, it could go either way. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with the draw. I mean, I hear him out talking about he want to do it again, but it's a big old dude. He bigger than he weigh 220, but now he more massive than 220. Trust me. I'm okay with that. But me being me and knowing me, I ain't gonna be settled with no draw. That's why I said right away I'm not the draw type of guy. So I mean, I talk to my kids. My kids already tell me no, daddy, that's it. But we'll see. Going 8 rounds and strong like he was, he's capable of fighting anybody. Because truthfully, people gonna have a problem getting out of the first couple rounds with him. That was the hardest part, is getting past them first 2 or 3 rounds. So he can, if he catch you, you're gonna have a problem. Because I mean, like I said, I was feeling everything. So I know that he's a really exceptional puncher still, and he can do anything he wants to do. You know what I mean? For him, it makes sense to do it the smart way, but he can do anything he want to do. And it's only a blessing from God that I was able to be able for us to be able to bounce back like that, not just me and him. But it was always talking about him, and he always gonna be talked about because he was such a big guy and a big puncher. But for me, people thought it was over with. They never thought I could last 8 rounds. You know what I mean? And so for me to last that 8 rounds said a lot to people. You know what I mean? Make people understand that this ain't what you think it is. It's like when God calls, you go. It's like it wasn't something that I had planned on doing, but I knew something was gonna happen eventually, and to get that opportunity to go out and give the world something to look forward to that was positive is a beautiful thing. I just thank God that we both made it out cool and nobody got hurt. So it's like it make it even better, because people got entertained, yet everybody on the edge of their seats because they know all it takes is one punch from either one of us and anything can happen. I really thought I had a better chance handling that 34 than I would have at 51. So it would have been tough still though, because like I said, everything throws is exceptionally strong, and you don't find guys like what the real difference is when you put two people in there together that are really gifted people, you find out the difference in that and all this other stuff. And tonight, I knew it already in my head because I knew what he done and what he's accomplished in his career, but he's just further showed that he was Mike for a reason. Of course, it's a Y'all Must Have Forgot Part 2. It's a Body Head Banger Volume 2 in the works. The song I came to the ring on tonight, my son did the beat to that. Yeah, so we always working, man. It's just, like I said, God is good. To be able to have such an event, such a big event at a time like this with the pandemic being the way it is, and like I said, people not having nothing positive to look up to. to look forward to. This gave them something positive to look forward to. Gave them entertainment. People got a chance to get together, have fight parties, do all the old school things that they used to do. They ain't did that in a long time. They haven't found really a fight worthy of them doing that in a long time. You understand me? This gave people an opportunity to relapse and remember what the good times were like. And I love that we were able to be a part of that. That meant more to me than anything. So even if something bad would have happened to me, I'd have been happy that I gave the people something that they wanted to see. They don't want to see me get hurt, of course, which I thank God that didn't happen. They don't want to see him get hurt either. But because we both came out healthy and cool, everybody should have had a great night.
It's my mentality, but my trainers and my sparring partners kicked my ass so bad, and I'll never call a fighter a bum again. I took my youth for granted, and then this actual event made me find out what I really was made out of because they really beat me to death. I could have done everything better. Everything I was doing, I could have done it better. So, God willing, I'll be better than the next exhibition. Well, he was very smart and very difficult to hit him with a solid punch. And if I did catch him with a good punch, he played possum really well. He didn't let me know I hurt him or anything. I was just happy to be in there with him and just go to 8 rounds. That didn't mean nothing to me. The scorecards didn't mean nothing to me. The lack of fans didn't make anything of it. I was just happy to go to distance because I was used to doing it with the 3 minute round. So I said, why not just go to distance? Everybody know I can knock somebody out if I did. I think going the distance that's real fighting, having the endurance and going the distance because you're not going to knock everybody out. I've learned that in my early experience. Absolutely. I wanted to go to distance. This is all about going to distance and that's what I wanted to do. I'm really interested in that. I've been training for as I got older, I'm training for duration now. Before I used to always be interested in the quick kill. And I really learned at 54, I really found out I didn't know nothing when I was champ. That was just youth. My body feels splendid. I want to beat it up some more. Well, what I'm doing in the ring, I realize is a gift not only for myself. Before it was all about me and the hot chick and the nice car and the planes and the boats, and it doesn't do it for me anymore. So I went another way. I help somebody else, I guess, right? Because I don't get into that no more. I like my pigeons and my fancy clothes. But other than that, I don't want anything out of life. It's not a trip, my pigeon and my clothes. And of course, my children and my wife, but it's my pigeon and my clothes. My pigeon and my clothes and my joint. Ain't that something? My joint. Yeah, absolutely coming down. Yeah. Well, listen, I can't stop smoking. I smoked during fights. I used to have to smoke. I'm sorry, I'm a smoker. I smoke every day. I never stop smoking. Absolutely, yes. But that's what it's all about. I've done everything for myself. So what happens if I die? No, really, what happened? I may begin to live when I die. No one knows what dying's like. It has to be beautiful. Dying can't be bad because living is great. So dying has to be something special. Wow, I never asked me that. The thought of failure never creeped in my mind. I never is that failure. I don't know. I don't fuck. I don't damn. That was a hell of a question. No, in a way of I just how do I answer that question? I never think of my. I always God forgive me, God. I always think of myself as grandeur. I always think of myself as a roaring gladiator like Alexander the Great. I feel like I'm a ruler when I'm in my mind thinking about accomplishing something. I think possible, nothing's impossible to somebody who tries. So I never think about failure in that perspective. I think about failing, but not in that perspective. No, I need the pressure. Without the pressure, there's no me. Without the pressure, I don't have the guts to say, "Hey, I'm gonna fight this guy." I have to have the pressure. Anything that I'm afraid to do, I do it. If when I was young, when I was afraid to ask out a beautiful girl or a girl, whoever, I would do it. Even if she was saying no, I would just do it just because I was afraid to do it. And that's just how I live my life. I just I lived to be humbled. I didn't have any memories. I just knew I belonged here. This is where I belong. I never once, even when I first my first day sparring, and I got my rib crack, and a guy was just he was just smashing my jaw. I never once said, "What the hell am I doing here? Am I crazy?" I just said, "Wow, I'm in the right place." I said I'm in the right place. I don't think I don't know. I was just happy to be in there. I was just happy to be in there. I never think of myself as old. I think of myself as energy. I never say some 54-year-old guy because some 54-year-old guy is going to come to the ring. I always say some energy is coming to the ring. I never think my age. Because listen, before Julius Caesar, he told us that 365 days is a year. So we don't really know how old we are. So the energy makes us as old as we want to be without being those what's that thing again when you're an old guy and you drive little young guy sports car. What's that mean? My wife always says I'm that way. Midlife crisis, yeah. I don't think it's a midlife crisis with me. I just think it's my ego, and my ego tells me to do things that I'm afraid to do. The first time I ever did Mints, when y'all saw that, and I got these 2 billion impressions. After that, I was in the bed for a couple of days. I couldn't get up. I had sciatica. Can you believe that combination gave me sciatica? Excuse me. I'm gonna work out. It become my lifestyle style now. I'm never gonna be that guy. You know, I don't know, Fat Mike again and stuff, Cokehead Mike. I ain't gonna be that guy no more. Well, they probably could take me now, but can they take me 10 fights later? After I have 10 fights or 10 exhibitions, please forgive me. And then maybe after that, maybe we can exhibition. The people who are saying what you're saying, maybe we can have exhibition probably after 10 more of these that I have. No, I wanted the exhibition narrative because from that perspective, I could work my charity better than being in professional fights and I'm fighting for my life and I want the belt and this and that and there's pressure on me. There's no pressure. My only pressure is that I won't have enough um, product to help the people who need to be helped in this particular situation. That is the old Mike Tyson no longer exists. I, no, I just this was a new occasion for me. I was a bit nervous, but I just looked at the situation. Hey, this is a better cause than me. Why am I nervous? This is going to be good. You know, I didn't expect to do anything. I just expect to go to 8 rounds and try to and entertain the crowd and be able to do what I want to do in these grassroots situations. But my reality is they help boxing so much. Boxing owe these guys some kind of they owe these YouTube boxers some kind of respect. They should give them some belts because these guys make boxing alive. Boxing was pretty much a dying sport. UFC was kicking our butt, and now we got these YouTube boxers. Boxing has been 25 million views. Boxing's going back thanks to the YouTube boxers. I believe the more anyone boxes, the bigger it is for the sport. Because boxing took a couple of beatings since the UFC's been around. Boxing never have too many belts because every time there's a championship fight, that's more money for the fighter. So there's never enough belts, you know? So just say there's one champion. He got 10 guys. How long do you think he's going to go through these 10 guys? Plus, they got to fight each other and take each other out. So listen, he's really no fights. So it's good to have 3 champions. And every time there's a fight, the commission, everybody can get paid their money, their percentage, or whatever they charge. And it's beautiful. Everybody makes money. That's what this business is about, money. It's not about ego. Hey, I don't like him and who he's with, so I'm not going to fight him. If he's your friend, you'll fight. You make each other money. How can you guys be friends and you're both fighters and one guy's the big star and you're hardly eating and he say he's your friend? That's what fighters did in the old time. They fight each other and make each other money and help each other. That's what it should be like now. I shouldn't say I'm not gonna fight him because I don't like his promoter. Maybe Evander needs to talk to me because every time my my business associates talk to his business associate, it doesn't turn out well, you know. So I don't know if these guys really, if you could see what we made tonight, if these guys really cared about the welfare of Evander, they would have had this fight with Evander. Or maybe we could do another, but he's with whoever he's with is handling it totally wrong. Excuse me? I know nothing about the gross. That's not my department. That's never been my department. I just know about the people in the crowds and the viewers and all that stuff. Um, I don't know. You'll find that out before me, I'm sure.